families, welcome back once again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you are well. I hope your day is good. Mine is busy. I thought I end for today, and then boom, another news pop out. Very interesting. It's about corruption and many more. Wow. Burkina Faso government is cracking on corruption for some time now. They have intensified things. But this particular investigation, according to the news, started 4 years ago. And they have come to conclusion what is going on. It's about, let me call it petroleum. Families, please listen and I'll be back.
Investigation period is from 2020 to 2024. From 2020 to 2024, this involved 13 industrial units, 13 companies, meaning industrial units, quarries, mines, and companies operating in construction and public works. We took a sample of 13, and all 13 were at fault. We realized this because we had to wrap up an investigation, but it is continuing with other companies. All 13 were in violation of the legislation. The prices were not being respected. So what does it mean when we say that subsidized fuel is being used by companies that are not entitled to it? It means that hydrocarbons in Burkina Faso are a monopoly exclusively reserved for SONABY. The government chose this monopoly for hydrocarbons in order to have better control. That's why SONABY manages the inflow and outflow of fuel stock. In addition to these inflows and outflows, the Burkinabe government subsidizes the products for household consumption. That is to say, the other products we consume at the station are subsidized by the government for households, for the population. So there is a category of products still managed by SONABY that is not covered by the subsidy. There is a category of products that is not subsidized, but is also handled by SONABY. When it is subsidized, it is intended for households, which is what we find at the station. Total stations, Excel, Otam, all kinds of stations that we have across the country. The products found there is a subsidized product. The marketers are the ones who have the monopoly on collecting this product from SONABY. When we talk about marketers, we mean Total, Shell, Vigo Energy. I can't remember them all. But in any case, Otam, etc., the stations themselves are the marketers. They are the ones who handle the removal of the product. When they go to SONABY to stock up, they have to get either the subsidized product. SONABY will sell it to them because there is a subsidized price. At SONABY, when the product is subsidized, let's just take diesel as an example. When it's subsidized, the product is bought at 613 francs at SONABY. Okay? When the product is subsidized, it is sold at 613 francs at SONABY. When the product is not subsidized, still diesel, it is sold at 1,100, 1,180, 1,150. It is sold at 1,150 when it is not subsidized, still referring to diesel. So there are two selling prices at SONABY. And when it is subsidized, the product must be available at the stations for household consumption. When it is not subsidized, it should be found in quarries, mines, construction, and public works and industrial units. Because these are profit-oriented businesses. They are looking to make profits. So there is a specific price for them. They cannot consume the subsidized products. Unfortunately, marketers, when they go to SONABY to collect this product, when they have an order and need to deliver to a company operating in construction and public works, to an industrial unit, a quarry, a mine, etc., instead of telling SONABY, we want non-subsidized fuel, they take subsidized fuel to resell to these units, because these units buy at a different price than the price that is sold to the bank that you and I buy at. In other words, is to increase their profit margin. That's basically how the practice works in a nutshell. Okay? So the responsibility of SONABY, yeah, SONABY's responsibility is not engaged because the concerned parties come to SONABY in good faith. SONABY does not have the means to track them when they refuel or when they go to deliver. We trust them until they trust us. When they come, they say they want fuel to go to their station. Since industrial units and construction companies can't go directly to SONABY to refuel, they always have to go through these marketers. And so these marketers act clever. They take fuel that they're supposed to deliver to industrial units, making SONABY believe that the fuel is actually intended for consumption at the station. They buy it at a subsidized price. SONABY is not held responsible. It just sells its product. Now, the control units have to step in afterwards, and that's exactly what we're doing. Numbers, obviously, it's just 13 industrial units that we have in our categories, whether it's construction, mining, and so on. So we focus the control on a sample of 13, and over 4 years, it amounts to more than 7 billion. 7 million is a subsidy that the state has borne, even though in reality, it shouldn't have been covered by the state. And these companies that benefited from this product have unfairly made a profit. So you can imagine what the state pays in subsidies when there isn't strict oversight. And obviously, the state is forced to spend money to cover a cost that shouldn't be its responsibility. In other words, if the state didn't have to cover this, it could address other needs such as building schools, roads, hospitals, and so on. So this is really a practice that seriously harms the country's economy and development. As for the responsibility of the BBLB of SONABY, I believe I've already answered that. The perpetrators, well, they are really the components of 13. Normally, we won't name those involved here because the process is still ongoing. Those who are able to settle the matter through a transactional approach, particularly by returning what was unduly taken and paying the fines and penalties incurred, can do so. The file will be short. For those who do not wish to resolve the matter transactionally, we may end up in court to bring the case to a close. So at this stage, it's not really appropriate to mention the names of the companies involved. But generally speaking, since we began this inspection, we have not yet come across a single industrial unit that complies with the pricing structure of fuel oils. That we can guarantee you. At the very least, if we have a good example, we will be very comfortable mentioning their name. But so far, we are not able to do so. So the investigation is ongoing. Certainly, we may discover one along the way, but at this stage, we have not yet found a good example.
Thank you so much, families, for listening. That amount is big, 7 billion. But when you look at the news, Faso 7, under their title, they put 35 million. Yeah, so I don't know whether it's the translation or not. I have to clarify that side. Thank you so much, families, for listening. Wow, that's a lot of money. I might say that I know a bit about this petroleum um, business. Yes, and I can understand perfectly what he's talking about. A lot. Ghana is cracking down on that. I heard that this afternoon as well, how they should stop all this corruption and put the money into where the money is supposed to be. Like he said, the schools, the hospitals, and the rest. Why give subsidy to help the country, the citizens, when it's going to the pocket of the other ones? I'm sure he mentioned like that company might not know where the buyers are taking. I'm sure they know. Sometimes they work hand in hand together. I'm not going to expose myself here, but like I said, I know a bit about the selling of petrol, the petroleum, and all those things. So yes, I'm glad that they have come to conclusion, and those who are responsible can pay back the money. And if not, now the justice system is working perfectly, so they can go there and answer all the questions. It's good that it's just 4 years and they don't have to go back, because all those years we know what is going on. Corruption is covered everywhere. But these 4 years, they'll make it quick and fast and move on and use the money to do something better. Yes, I'm happy for that. Thank you so much, families, for your time. Credit to Faso 7 for sharing this with us. We have been following whatever they are doing there. See what is going on. I'm happy Ghana is also doing well when it comes to corruption. A lot has been arrested and they keep doing it. So we see how it will go. God bless you all, my families, my returning ones, my new ones, my VIPs, my kings and queens, my new members. Thank you all. Thank you for your time. I end my case here today. Today, this is it. I'm not coming back till tomorrow. See you soon. Bye bye. God bless you. Good night. Yeah, I'll try and share it tonight. Mhm.